Like a broken record. Namely, again, you'll have the threat for more rain showers today and possibly a few embedded strong thunderstorms. As you can see by the midday hour, we still have this frontal boundary meandering its way through a good part of the east and wrapping back towards the western Gulf. And we still have a tremendous flow of moisture working its way northward on the heels of southerly breezes. So with that in place, the moisture and this front, we will see the threat for more rain showers and possibly some thunderstorms as the day goes on. Out to the west, though, that's where the delightful weather will be. A big ridge of high pressure will provide lots of sunshine. As we head towards the north, we'll have another shot of cold air sinking straight down from Canada, and that will prompt a little bit of light snow over the western Great Lakes later today as well as for early Sunday morning. Most of the precipitation today lined up along the east coast, and don't be surprised to see some heavier downpours along the outer banks of North Carolina and possibly around central and southern Florida. There's that potential for at least 3 inches of rain. Snowfall will be a scarce commodity today. Just a light dusting around Grand Forks and Fargo, and maybe some light snow too around the rim country down in Arizona. Temperatures still staying quite chilly for New England and the central Rockies, but most of the country seeing some seasonable temperatures for this time of the year. Lots of warm 80s down across Florida, some 80s across southern sections of Texas, and more 80s too to be found over the desert southwest. Tonight, fairly chilly across the west and the northland, but cloudy skies over the south will keep temperatures fairly mild. Overnight lows only dipping into the 50s and the 60s. Stay tuned now for your local weather. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in on this weekend. This is Bill Schubert, and I'm Cheryl Lemke. And Bill, the weekend definitely getting off to a very cloudy, gloomy start in the east. And unfortunately, it doesn't look much better, at least through Sunday. More cloudy skies out. Not
really, especially in the northeast. It's going to be very damp, very wet, and just kind of on the cool side, but at least no snow to contend with. Okay, let's check it out, shall we?
Towards the east, and what this means for those of you living in the east, that means a fairly damp weekend shaping up. Let's first of all look at the temperature pattern, though, for this afternoon, and temperatures will still be staying very much on the chilly side out across the Rockies. Cool, too, for New England, where we've already been seeing a little bit of light snow and freezing rain over New England so far this morning. Towards the south, fairly mild 60s and 70s, and more warmth, too, to be found over the desert southwest. Again, keep the rain gear handy today, as that system will be a slow-moving one. It will spread more rain showers for the Atlantic, scattered showers, and maybe some big thunderstorms, too, back on into Florida. And a little bit of wet weather, too, lingering in the upper Midwest as we get another front dropping down out of Canada. Well, for Sunday, the weather pattern really doesn't change a whole lot. More soggy conditions up and down the eastern seaboard, maybe a taste of some wintry conditions over the western Great Lakes, and a new storm system will brush the Pacific Northwest, and it could generate a little bit of rain for the Quileute area of Washington come Sunday afternoon. Temperatures still staying very much chilly across the upper plains and New England, but warming up across the nation's heartland, and even the Rockies warming up a tad too as we wrap up the weekend. Well, if you're planning a late season ski trip, maybe to the Colorado Rockies, stay tuned, because coming up in just a couple minutes, we'll check out the Western Ski Report. What a very quiet morning it has been out towards the west, compliments of high pressure. But out in the east, we've got some rain, some showers and thunderstorms to contend with, and also a wintry mix over northern New England. We'll go on some local radar stops for you right now as we first of all kind of hone in on what's happening in the northeast. And we do have a wintry mix over extreme northern New England. A bit of rain, freezing rain and snow coming down at this time. However, much of the northeast, though, just blanketed by cloudy skies, some patchy light rain and some drizzle. We've got some light rain currently for New York City, and more light rain on into Dover, Delaware, and around the Wilmington area. Most of this is slowly tracking off towards the east at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. We'll pick up more wet weather, though, as we head towards the south. A broad area of rain across a good part of North Carolina, around Raleigh, Durham, over towards Greensboro. Then we've got some moderate rain showers also tracking off towards the east. We'll pick up some thunder shower activity around Myrtle Beach. This is also tracking off towards the east. We have some heavier weather, though, as we head towards the south, with a line of some pretty good thunderstorms right now bearing down on central sections of Florida. Some thunderstorms rumbling around the Tampa-St. Petersburg area. And again, the rain showers are not advancing very quickly. They're only slowly tracking off towards the east. Stay tuned, because coming up in just a few moments, we'll check out the traveling conditions across the country. We're checking out the weather for today and 4 days down the road. And if you live in the east, the weather really hasn't changed a whole lot, nor will it over the weekend. We will still have a front meandering across the eastern sections of the country, and this front will help to prompt more showers and thunderstorms a little bit later on today. We also have that taste of some unsettled weather conditions too out across the central plains. A low pressure disturbance will bring about a little bit of light rain or a few sprinkles too across eastern Nebraska and on into central Iowa by later today. And for the Four Corners area, we still have that upper level low poised across your neck of the woods, so don't be surprised to see a little bit of rain and some snow too in the higher elevations through the afternoon hours. We'll watch another cold front dropping down from Canada, working its way across North Dakota and Minnesota for later today and for Sunday. And with the intrusion of some cold air behind it, we'll see some light snow breaking out for Grand Forks and Fargo, maybe a taste of some light snow too around International Falls and Duluth, Minnesota. By and large, the best weather though this weekend will be out towards the west. Still a big area of high pressure will provide lots of fair skies today as well as for Sunday. Temperatures overall not that terribly cold out there, although still on the nippy side though for the central Rockies and New England. Much of the country though will be seeing some seasonable temperatures for the spring season. Again, towards the west and the north we've got some cold overnight lows, but temperatures will be rebounding back to more typical readings during the afternoon hours. We'll see some 70s and some 60s across the Great Basin, even some 80s over the desert southwest, and much of the extreme southeast looking pretty toasty too, with highs easily climbing into the 80s. For the next few days though, as that cold front works its way through the upper Mississippi Valley, the cold air will start to sink a little bit to the south. We'll see some 40s now dropping as far south as Paducah, Kentucky, and through time that cold pocket of air will be lifting out and pulling to the northeast, taking the cold air along with it. For Wednesday, still nippy right across the northern tier of the United States, but warming up rather nicely for the nation's heartland. We'll keep the rain gear handy still on Sunday. More showers and thunderstorms in the offing up and down the eastern seaboard. With the cold air, though, dropping down from Canada, it will help to aggravate the situation, and we might see some light snow erupting over the western Great Lakes on Sunday. Maybe more snow is possible for Monday for the Great Lakes, and the snow will eventually take aim on New England come Tuesday. It may not be very heavy, though, but nonetheless, you will still see a taste of winter by the middle of the week. Elsewhere, we have a little disturbance over the Great Basin setting off some light rain and snow, and the weather doesn't change very much as we slip on into Wednesday. Stay tuned now for some local conditions and forecasts. First of all, look at the almanac. Highs are typically about
Top of the morning on this Saturday, Bill Schubert along with Cheryl Lemke. Not only the rains we have to contend with, but poor northern New England under a blanket of snow again. Bangor, Maine, 7 inches of snow.
Yeah, I'm sure the folks up there may be scratching their heads wondering where did the spring season go to, because it feels more like winter than anything else. We'll check out this morning's weather all across the country. First of all, starting off with a satellite review. And we've been seeing definitely some inclement weather in some parts of the country. We've got that system that has been working its way through the northeast. A lot of moisture on the heels of southerly winds, and we are seeing that moisture just streaming into the northeast. And you combine that moisture with some cold air, and that resulted in some snow. We had some pretty good snows over Maine over the past 24 hours. Central sections of the state picked up as much as 8 inches of snow. Bangor, Maine had 7 inches of new snow to report. As we head southward, though, we've got the scattered showers and the thunderstorms, and some of the worst weather so far has been back into central Florida this morning. Couple upper level lows, one over Nebraska, the other over the Four Corners area. That should keep things still a little bit unsettled out across the nation's heartland and the southeast for the next couple of days. Now, how about the temperatures? Well, they're looking fairly seasonable throughout most of the nation. Lots of 30s and 40s and 50s widespread through the nation's heartland. 36 degrees right now for Oklahoma City. We've got cloudy skies and some light rain for Atlanta, sitting at about 50. And then out towards the west, lots of 40s and 50s. San Diego currently at 56 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Here's the current weather map, and again our front just kind of meandering through the southeast. It really hasn't changed a whole lot in its position over the past 24 hours. As we head out towards the west, though, it is a very quiet weather day. High pressure system in control, and that will provide lots of sunshine through the afternoon hours. In the northeast, though, we've got a potpourri of weather right now. Some light snow over northern sections of Maine, a rain, snow, freezing rain mixture around Augusta and Bangor, Maine. Again, Bangor, you've picked up 7 inches of new snow out of this system. We have some chilly rain, though, as we head on into Boston and New York City, and more rain stretching on into Patuxent River, Maryland. Aside from that, we've got some thick fog and a little bit of rain and drizzle, too, as we head over towards the Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes. Keep the umbrellas handy over the southeast.